coalition of 38 civil society organizations has refuted allegations of their involvement in the recent anti-government protests. The organizations expressed concern of a recent government letter suggesting that the CSOs finance and support unlawful activities and unruly demonstrations. And as our reporter GOtv reports, the CSO stated that implying that young people, particularly the Gen Zs, are being funded to speak out undermines their genuine contributions to Kenya's development.
To say that the Gen Z protests are funded by an individual is really to trivialize what they are raising.
Days after the government accused civil society organizations of funding the youth-led protests in the country, the organizations have swiftly dismissed the allegation as baseless and detrimental to the crucial work of CSOs across the nation.
The suggestion that young people, particularly the Gen Z, are being funded to speak up and use their voices devalues their genuine contribution to Kenya's development.
While responding to the government's accusations over receiving funds to cause chaos in the country, the civil society organizations expressed their concerns, describing the claims as counterproductive. Transparency International Kenya, for instance, has said that CSOs have consistently condemned lawlessness and violence in the country, arguing that the allegations by the government undermine the significant contributions that they make and damage their reputation.
It is to support the call for accountability in this country. And I think whether it's media, whether it's the private sector, all of us are being called to a higher standard.
In their statement, the organizations highlighted the crucial role that CSOs have been playing in Kenya's development, highlighting their efforts to protect democratic values, amplify the voices of vulnerable communities, and uphold human rights.
All these different forms of registration require that we file annual returns.
We demand for the strict accountability in the budget-making process, the thorough audit of public debt that has crippled the service.
The CSOs were responding to sustained government pressure, which insists that local civil society organizations have been receiving grants from entities such as the Ford Foundation to cause lawlessness. The Ford Foundation has, however, said that it maintains a transparent grant framework in light of the government's demand for disclosures on 946 Kenyan million shillings extended to Kenyan grantees within a year. In a statement, the Ford Foundation said that its grant-making process is transparent and readily available. This response follows a formal inquiry from the government listing 16 right groups that benefited from over 900 Kenyan million shillings and allegedly linked to chaos during recent anti-government protests. Foreign Affairs PES, on the other hand, Corinne Singoei, had demanded answers to the unexplained expenditures by the organizations, alleging that many grantees were at the center of recent protests and lawless mobilizations that sought to disturb the country's peace. However, the Ford Foundation emphasized that it does not support violence. The local organizations also supported youth involvement in advocating for positive change, condemning violence and intimidation against dissenting voices. They have further called on the government to protect freedoms, especially the media's, as well as upholding to the rule of law.
These attacks and threats have also been unleashed upon the media and individual journalists. We call upon the government and all stakeholders to protect the Kenyan civic space.
GOtv, TV 47.